Hello students, I welcome you all to this class. In this class I will discuss moment of inertia and there are two theorems in this topic. They are parallel axis theorem and perpendicular axis theorem. I will discuss those theorems as well. First let us see what is the definition of moment of inertia. Moment of inertia is an important quantity in rotation of rigid bodies. So during rotation, there will be a rotation axis. I have shown that axis here. Suppose a rigid body of any shape is rotating about a particular axis like this. So with respect to this rotation axis, there is a moment of inertia for the rigid body. It is defined as I is equal to sigma I mi ri square, where mi is the mass of the point mass which is situated at a distance ri from the rotation axis, and this sum has to be taken over all point masses which constitute the rigid body. So whenever you talk about moment of inertia of a rigid body, you have to specify the rotation axis also. Simply if you say moment of inertia of a body, it does not have any meaning because it can rotate about any axis. So rotation axis also should be specified in order to define the moment of inertia correctly. There is a term called radius of gyration in the study of moment of inertia. This radius of gyration is defined in this way. Any moment of inertia of bodies can be written as total mass into some distance square. That distance k is called radius of gyration. Now let us come to this parallel axis theorem. According to this theorem, moment of inertia of a body about a rotation axis is equal to the sum of moment of inertia about a parallel axis passing through the center of mass and product of mass and square of the distance between parallel axes. So I is equal to ICM plus mass into a square, where a is the distance between parallel axes. Here I is the moment of inertia about any axis, and ICM is the moment of inertia about a parallel axis passing through center of mass. M is the total mass of the body and A is the distance between parallel axes. Now I will consider the proof of this theorem. In this diagram, the body is not shown. The body will be something like this, and this I is, and this is a rotation axis about which we have to determine the moment of inertia, and this is ICM, that is Z axis is the parallel axis passing through the center of mass. We are taking origin of the coordinate system at center of mass. So origin of the coordinate system we are using is passing through the center of mass, and the Z axis is taken as the parallel axis passing through the center of mass, and we have to calculate a moment of inertia about this rotation axis which is passing through a point on the x-axis, and the distance between this axis and z-axis is taken as a. Now we consider a point mass mi situated at the point P which has coordinates xi, yi and zi. Now drop a perpendicular from P to the xy plane, that is this perpendicular that will meet the xy plane at the point M. Then PM will be the zi coordinate. So this is zi, and from M we can draw a perpendicular to x-axis, that is this one, that is the y coordinate of the point P, that is yi, and you can see this xi is the x coordinate of the point P. So we have to calculate the moment of inertia of the body about this axis I. The distance of the mass from the rotation axis I will be this distance from this right angle triangle ABM. The square of the distance BM or BM square will be equal to AB square plus AM square. So AB is actually xi minus A. And AM is yi. So that moment of inertia is mi into xi minus A whole square plus yi square. And you have to take the sum over all point particles to get the moment of inertia I. Now we can expand this square and combine suitable terms, then we will get sigma mi into xi square plus yi square plus 2 into sigma a into mixi plus sigma mi a square. Now this a may be taken outside the sigma symbol, and when that is done, the sigma becomes a sigma mixi, and that will be 0 because sigma mixi by total mass will be the xcm, that is x coordinate of the center of mass. And we have taken origin at the center of mass. This origin, it is at the center of mass. So x coordinate of center of mass is 0. And this mi into xi square plus yi square will be equal to mi into xi square plus yi square. That will be square of this distance. And that is the distance between point mass and the z-axis. That is this distance is the same as this distance. So this quantity is nothing but moment of inertia about the z-axis, that is ICM, and sigma mi into a square can be written as a square into sigma mi. Sigma mi is the sum over all masses, which will be equal to total mass em. So that I is equal to ICM plus ma square, and that is the parallel axis theorem.